Welcome back to Brands Hatch. Welcome back to the American Speedfest 12 here at Brands Hatch. It is time to focus in on the Euro NASCAR Open Division. They had their qualifying session earlier this morning, and we are now ready for racing with a compelling front row of the grid. Thomas Toffel, the Swiss star, going up against the defending champion Martin Dubeck at the front of the field. The order feels a little bit jumbled up. It feels like there's going to be some falling back and some moving forward as we get ready to go racing at the iconic destination they call Brands Hatch. So Brands Hatch, one of the best and longest lasting destinations on our calendar. We've been here every year since the NASCAR Euro Series was officially christened back in 2012. An American Speedfest, the event that we headline, has now been a highlight of the Brands Hatch calendar for a dozen years. This is where all of the American car clubs, all of the enthusiasts of all things American music, American food, and American motoring come together to celebrate. And it's all V8 fueled, not just with us here in the Euro NASCAR, but most of the support grids are also powered by big American V8s, and we have historic cars from the US NASCAR scene on demonstration as well around the circuit. It is a fabulous weekend, and a fabulous weekend with that little bit of extra intrigue because we're here in the UK, and when we're here in the UK, there's a crown to consider, a throne to consider. Not in Buckingham Palace, but right here at Brands Hatch, because on this weekend we fight to be the king, and indeed the prince, of Brands Hatch. You don't vote for kings, they take power with a little more force. Welcome to Brands Hatch, where fear, surprise, and ruthless efficiency will determine our winner. The legend of Brands Hatch tells that every year the mightiest knights gather on the Druid's Hill and battle for the throne. But only one may wear the crown. They claim it is that.
Well, what do you think? If we go back to what you told me earlier, I wanted to rain on Saturday. I mean, I would love it to have a little shower of sprinkles just upset everybody and then... Oh no, I mean, personally, rain works for me, but hey, it looks like it's holding out when everyone's here. I'm the only person who wants to at this point in time. I know when I saw that rain down, so you keep those legs to yourself, mate. But I mean, what do you look to do? I mean, you've seen that an awful lot can happen in a race. The theory is that compared to the pro race,
so then, the King of Brands Hatch determined in Euro NASCAR Pro, the Prince of Brands Hatch determined here in Euro NASCAR Open. Of course, we always have an award for the most successful driver of the weekend, the fastest and most point-scoring driver of the weekend. But here at Brands, it's labelled with a little more royal vigour. We are very excited to be here at Brands Hatch. We're expecting 50,000 people across both days here in the NASCAR Euro Series paddock, and of course it is unprecedented levels of access for drivers and fans alike. Andre, you've got a driver with you.
I'm not crazy, but I'm trying it. Slicks here, rain tires there. Do you think you stay on the car? No answer. Do you think it will be your turn? Okay, let's talk to a driver. Martin, there are rain tires already ready for this race, but you're still on slicks. When I look into the sky, there are some dark clouds coming. Have you checked the rain radar before the race?
Yeah, we check it. I think we have still 10 minutes, so I don't think it will rain, but maybe it can happen. Let's see what happens during the race. We have 31 laps, so it's 40 minutes. It will be an interesting race, so it will be funny on wet, so let's see.
What about the car? What about your performance so far? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, we had a problem with the Pro Quali, but the Quali in Open was not so bad. Start from P2. The most important now for the race is stay away from Toffel. But I'm fine. I think this crazy guy can crash himself, so I'm fine.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck. Back to you, Adam.
Not much veiling to those thoughts there, Mr. Dubeck. He starts on the outside of the front row, as we alluded to. Now, one car we don't see there on the grid is that of Claudio Remeggio Capelli. He is missing from the grid at the moment on the third row. As you can see, those wet tyres are still lurking. The wind coming in from the southwest at the moment, where there has been a lot of rain reported, and it is coming towards us. But for now, well, some are on the slicks and some are on nothing at all. Let's see who sticks to their guns and who makes a last-minute switch. A lot of cars sitting around without a definitive tyre choice, Andre.
Yeah, definitely. Here are no tires on the car of the 69, Melvin de Groot. He's getting into car right now. What do you think, Melvin? Your team is ready to change tires already.
Yeah, well, if you see the dark clouds which are coming, so the race director gave already a wet race, so so we can't change at the moment once you leave. So we're going to wait till the last moment to make the decision: full wets or slick tires.
All right, you're ready for everything. Back to you, Adam.
Well, the drivers and the teams have to remember something that was actually posted in the as a reminder to everybody just a few moments ago, which is Article 16.3 of our sporting regulations, that states that the tyres can only be changed up until the 5 minute to go mark, 5 minutes before the start of the formation lap. All cars must be wheels on the ground 5 minutes before the start of the formation lap. So they don't have 10 minutes on that countdown to command clock to see what the weather is doing. They have to make their decision within the next 4.5 minutes or so. Otherwise, the book might be thrown at them penalty-wise. Let's go to our pole sitter, Thomas Toffel.
Thank you so much, Adam. I check if it's everything all right with the radio. Can we do the interview?
Sorry, because I was with the radio with the team.
I know. No, it's okay? Okay, perfect. Everybody is waiting for a decision to choose the right tires. We have a little bit of rain maybe coming towards us, but let's talk about the pace. You were really strong in qualifying. First pole position ever, first Storm Watches Pole Award. How happy are you so far?
Maybe I don't listen everything because I am in the radio with the team, but I heard that you speak about the rain condition. So yeah, we will see. I enjoy because it's my first pole in the championship, so that's already cool. And yeah, we will see what happens. It's for everybody the same. So yeah, just have a good feeling and yeah, and make a good race.
All right, thank you so much. National Anthem's playing now. Thank you. Good luck. I think I can start right now here from the grid, Adam. I have Thomas Krasonis next to me. If you can make a wish, dry or wet?
Dry.
Why?
I would prefer dry because I know that I am faster than them, especially in race pace, and I think there is a better chance to win. But even if it rains, it would be good because we haven't had a proper, rain experience with Euro NASCAR for the past, 3 years. Maybe one race, in Zolder, if I remember correctly. Other than that, it's good practice because the finals and the playoffs are happening in Germany and Belgium, which are very rainy, countries. So it would be also a good time to get to practice with the wet. But whatever happens, I think I can win. So I don't know. It doesn't matter, to be honest.
All right, good luck, have fun. Adam, I've tried to join you right now, and I see slicks right now for the 69, and they are really in a hurry right now, as you can see maybe there. So the mechanics choose slicks for the 69, and they are really working hard right now. Back to you, Adam. I will join you in a minute.
Okay, Andre, yeah, just over 60 seconds until they have to be wheels down with their final tyre choice on the car. So time is very much of the essence. As you can see on the tarmac, there just isn't that much in the way of point, really, of having the wets right now. But again, looking at the weather radar, looking at what's going on southwesterly of this circuit here at Brands Hatch, I do get the feeling that the rain isn't far away. Those clouds that you see there in the back of that shot are coming from the southwest. And as someone with sources in the southwest, let me tell you, it's been pretty wet, I've been informed. So then, 15 seconds until they have to they already have to, realistically, have made their tyre choices. So then, 4 minutes and 50 seconds until the command is given. They have made their choices. They have picked their tyres, and now it's time to focus in. Here are the tyres at play. So slick set of Hoosier tyres on the cars at the moment. Now those tyres are from the qualifying session. They've already run in quali, and they will run again through race 1 and race 2, so long as they don't need the wets. The Hoosier tyres always very strong. They're long-lasting rubber, but in the rain we quite frankly don't get so much rain in Euro NASCAR. I've said it now and I'm touching wood. But we don't see the rain tyre that often, but it is a fairly strong compound. As we can see, the skies overhead are darkening. I'm not sure what this weather is going to do. I'm not confident that it's going to stay dry. I've spent many a weekend at Brands Hatch over the course of the years of my life. I think I was spending 15 to 20 weekends a season here at Brands at one time in my early teens, and usually this was the point where you, depending on how interesting the race was, seek shelter or just give up and go back to the car. So then, the American Speedfest 12 banners there, presented of course by Lucas Oil, a partner for this weekend for the event here at Brands Hatch. We always thank, of course, our partners as well, including Whelan, who back that start zone that we have these days, former title sponsor of the series, Strom Watches, Kennel Performance, Oil, Hoosier Tyres, of course, among others, that help present this incredible event each and every year, and indeed each and every weekend across Europe in the NASCAR Euro Series. 2 minutes until the command is given. Our Grand Marshal will be handed the responsibility in 2 minutes' time to kick this event into action. It will be a great honour. It's always fun to see quite how much gusto is put into it by our guest Grand Marshals, and it will be David Willey from the MSV that is our Grand Marshal for this race. Now, I think we've got a very interesting race at play here at the front of the field. Thomas Teufel and Martin Dubeck. It doesn't sound like there's much love lost between the two of them, all things considered. Thomas Cresonis on the second row of the grid. He sounds exceedingly confident. Melvin de Groot is having a really good season here in Euro NASCAR Open, leads the Legend Trophy and is at the overall front, towards the front of the overall standings as well. Then you've got the upstart Jordan O'Brien, the American driver who's kind of emerged from nowhere, at least within this paddock this weekend. Previous experience in Legends and Lamborghinis, but he's really taking to Euro NASCAR. We saw Claudio Remeggio Capelli is there on the grid as well on the third row. And what about the local knowledge factor? Alongside Valentino Gambarotto on the fourth row of the grid is Matthew Ellis. Matthew Ellis, who has raced here many, many times over the years. He's competed in Euro NASCAR with us previously as well. But the fact that that car is there is a very interesting factor. Let's go down. As I'm sort of conscious that we're getting a few drops of rain. I'm watching the clock, David. Are you impressed that we've been so precise here that we've just got to get it down to that 10? David, take it away.
Drivers, start your engines!
Well, David understood the assignment, didn't he? Goodness me. Good job, David Willey from MSV. We are now hearing the engines fire into life. We heard as well from the local announcer here, Chris Dawes, his forecasting or his weather barometer situation. He says it's raining down there on the circuit. Also, some of the photographers around the circuit reporting that there is drizzle at Druids, and it is slightly increasing. Thanks to Nina down there in the banks for giving us that update. So they're on slick tyres. We're going to have 2 formation laps before the start of the race, and it is raining, and it's starting to rain heavier. This is a very compelling situation, to say the least of it. We can see there that it looks like we have one gap on the grid, although I think that might actually just be the grid slightly strangely laid out, because Dominic Schack is there behind Bruno Mulders' car. It's just that Mulders is quite a way forward. And isn't that interesting? Bruno Mulders, who was running top 3 earlier on in Euro NASCAR Pro, he starts from outside the top 10 here. He's got some work to do. As I alluded to at the very top of this broadcast, this order feels a little bit jumbled up, and that could create a very, very interesting motor race. The formation lap kicks off with the drivers as trepidatious as we are about what's going to happen next from the skies above. This is your grid. It is going to be Thomas Teufel who starts this race from pole position. The number 34 car from Ivan Muller's M Racing stable. Muller, who is so familiar to the crowd here in Britain and at Brands Hatch specifically. He's alongside Martin Dubeck, Thomas Teufel and Martin Dubeck on the front row of the grid. Then it's Thomas Cresonis for PK Carsport. He is alongside Melvin de Groot on row 2 of the grid. Jordan O'Brien, the American upstart, is on row 3 for club competition alongside Claudio Remeggio Capelli in the 4th row row of the grid. It is Valentino Gambarotto, row 4 alongside him. Matthew Ellis for Lux Motorsport, the number 21, is one to watch. Patrick Schauber for RDV Competition is in 9th place alongside Thomas Dombrowski for PK Carsport. Roberto Benedetti starts 11th. He's alongside Bruno Mulders with some work to do from 12th place. Behind him is Sandro Tavaklatsa in the number 9. Dominic Schack in the 99 alongside him, Andres Beers in the number 1, and Mikael Blekemolen in the number 30, Retty Jones Racing Car in 16th. As you can see, it's very, very slippery out there on the circuit, and one has already peeled in. Matthew Ellis from 8th on the grid has decided to pit, and I suspect wet Hoosier tyres are about to go onto the number 21 Lux Motorsport car. Very interesting move there. Just quickly through the rest of the grid, Gordon Barnes and Florian Richard on row 9. Davide Frulio and Sven Van Leer in row 10. And Happy Nessa and Mike Wise round out our 22 car order. While that's been going on, it's been declared by race control that there will be 2 extra formation laps. Now 2 is the standard number of formation laps here at Brands Hatch. I'm guessing that means we've got a total of 4, of which we are on the 2nd at the moment. And that circuit down at Surtees Bend is no longer slick tyre friendly. I pointed out to everyone in the media channel not so long ago that it was coming from the southwest and coming in hot, the wet conditions, and sure enough, here it is. The rain has arrived, and how many drivers will arrive into the pits knowing that the slicks are not the ones to be on now? We've already had one car in, the 21 of I was going to say Jack Davidson. Of course, it is Matthew Ellis in the number 21 car, and look at them, they're all going for it. Everyone's coming into the pit lane. What does this mean for the starting order? I don't want to be in race control right now because a lot is going on all at once, but we have live pit stops here in the NASCAR Euro Series. We don't normally do this kind of thing. We don't have NFL linebackers just waiting to switch tyres, but here we go. Everybody's realising what's at stake and what's ahead here, and a special hint to the drivers who are still on slicks: this isn't going away, I'm afraid. This is going to be a prolonged rain shower. I think everybody playing the safe card here is absolutely making the correct decision, but this is a big turn up for the books, a big change, and a lot of head scratching going on.
There are still some cars out there: Capelli, Mulders, Shark, Bears, Richard. Happy Nessa is still out there. There are some cars still on the track with slick tires. All the other cars are in the pits, and I can tell you, out of my window I can't see anything because there's a lot of rain now coming down the glass of the window. So it's a really heavy rain shower. It looks like it's getting a little bit brighter on the sky, but I think, yeah, UK-wise, you would say maybe it's a sunshine, but there's no sun to be seen anywhere. So we have a really heavy rain shower at the moment, and I think it's the only solution right now to switch to rain tires. But I see Dominic Schack still out there, as well as Andre Beers and Florian Richard, the 64 car as well, and the 77. Have they been on rain tires maybe before the race? Have they gambled, Adam? I'm not sure. I wasn't that far in the back of the grid. Maybe they were already on rain tires.
Yes, well, if you're a team like Promotion, who very much know what they're doing, and you've got drivers like Dominic Schack and Happy Nessa at the wheel. Dominic obviously has some experience, but Happy Nessa is very new to racing. I would think that if she was on slicks right now, you'd get her off them, because this is not the weather to be even contemplating slicks. So you might have a point. Maybe they did roll the dice. Maybe they did listen to me. I shouldn't sound so excited about someone listening to me, but it does happen rarely. As you can see, the tyre change is still going on, and a bulletin that's just come through saying this is the last formation lap. So we're gearing up for a race start with, what, a half dozen cars ready to go? Everybody else is still in the pit lane trying to change the tyres. This is dramatic, this is huge, and this is going to be one of the most unpredictable races that I can remember in Euro NASCAR. What is going to happen next? It's going to take a better man than me to tell you. What we can tell you is that the de facto pole position then is going to go to Dominic Schack in the number 99 car. Andres Beers is second in the queue. Third in the queue is the number 33 of Florian Richard. Then it is Sven van Leur, Happy Nessa, and then the first of those, of course, to have gone onto the pit lane, the number 21 of Matthew Ellis. Look at where he is. He's in a prime position. These conditions are getting worse and worse and worse, and I have to assume that those who have not pitted are on wet tyres. Otherwise, they have a wish to meet a barrier. We are about to go racing. The start presented by Whelan. We are underway at Brands Hatch for the most bizarre start I could ever recall in Euro NASCAR. Everyone trundles, quite frankly, down to the first corner, experimenting with the new limits, which are very different from the limits we had before. There's definitely wet tyres on those cars at the front. Andres Beers has the traction. He moves into the race lead. Dominic Schack is in second place. Moving through is Matthew Ellis, and I foretell that we are going to see his local experience come in very useful indeed here. But the aquaplaning from Andres Beers, trying to keep it on the circuit, it's getting to a point where I'm not even sure the wet tyres are going to handle it. It is hugely wet here at Brands Hatch right now. You are witnessing not the boat race, but a car race, and Beers